Welcome to Mor-In The Know podcast. I'm your host, Josh Morin, Vice President and co-founder of Fueled Supplements, as well as sobriety, woke, business, and wellness coach. Mor-In The Know delivers an array of content based on marketing, health and fitness, personal branding, addiction, and often goes down the rabbit hole of conspiracy, politics, and the truth. If you seek to better understand the inner workings of human performance, consciousness, and humanity, you have come to the right place. Thank you for tuning in and tagging along. Let's get today's podcast started. What's up, everyone? It is a beautiful Saturday. We're we're not Saturday anymore. It's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Glendale, Arizona. The birds are chirping. I got out of bed early this morning thinking that I was gonna schedule my very first appointment back into my very first reservation back into EOS Fitness, but their whole system's down, so I wasn't able to do that this morning. Hopefully that will be resolved here very soon. And so instead of getting upset about the situation, I decided, hey, man, this would be a great time to jump on a podcast and spread some light, love, and positivity early on this beautiful Friday so you guys can have all beautiful Friday. Man, why I'm all over the place. This beautiful Sunday, so everyone on that is listening can have some awesome content to listen to on your road trip today, on your morning commute to the river or the lake or wherever you're going. And hope you guys are out enjoying an awesome Sunday. As mentioned yesterday, the weather is starting to really turn around in all of the country. Arizona is just a scalding hot devil's asshole all the time, especially this time of year. But I know a lot of places right now, the weather is turning around. So take advantage of that. And if your state's not letting you go out into the great unknown, into the wilderness, man, shame on them. Shame on them. But what I wanted to talk about was I had a really in-depth conversation with one of my good friends yesterday. Was able to spend some time with Trevor Wilson. He was on the podcast from eXp Realty. Had the pleasure and the privilege of filming some of his real estate yesterday. So I'll be posting some of his real estate on my page. Be sure to check out eXp Trev. And if you are in the Phoenix Valley, if you are purchasing and or selling your home, contact him. He is a phenomenal human being and is an exceptional man with first-class service. And what we're talking about now, we always get into these in-depth conversations about life and about perspective and about introspective and about learning, is one big thing that we start talking about is that love and connectivity is what we truly want, and truly that's the purpose of life at our very core. Not this romantic love, but hear me out on this, is every time I'm with somebody or with a group of people who I'm really connected with, whether it be family or friends, I am so disconnected from my phone. I feel the more I am connected to people, the more depth I have in that relationship, the less I'm on my phone. And Trevor brought up a really good point. It was saying, so like when him and I are speaking, when him and I are having a conversation, there's really like no like weird awkward silences. There's really no awkward breaks. And if there's a gap of communication, we don't like force conversation, and we don't like go onto our phone. And he brought up something really awesome, as he called it social theater. Is when you're having a conversation with somebody and you're just running out of things to say, so all of a sudden you either both start looking at your phone, or you check your messages and aren't there, or your notifications, or your Instagram or your Facebook, and you start to check your phone, and or you force some sort of question and or topic that's very forced. And he calls it social theater, which I thought was really unique, because in the sense of the description and the sense of the definition, it would essentially be an act. You're putting on an act. You're putting on an act because it's such a almost an out of body experience, because you're checking out, because there's nothing. You're all of a sudden the conversation's done. There's a point break, and we really feel like we need to fill the void of the time and of the space with being on our phones or asking questions that are forced. And so the thing about it was I guess where I'm getting at with all this is that when I'm having a conversation, like in-depth conversation with people, and there's like a space or time, like that's okay. There's gonna be space or gaps in communication. There's gonna be times where you can't just like fill the time and the airspace all the time with conversation, speaking, and talking. And so when Trevor and I are having like these conversations, these in-depth conversations, sometimes there's a break in the action, and that's okay. And I often see this though, and I found myself doing this. Like, how many times have you been in a conversation, you're talking to somebody, and the conversation stops, and you pick up your phone? Why do you do that? Is it out of habit? Probably. We're creatures of habit, and I feel like our phones have literally become extensions of ourselves, and we're so addicted to them, and we literally can't. Like when you lose your phone, how detached do you feel? Like how freaked out are you? To me, every time I've lost my phone, or like I can turn my phone away or off for an extended period of time, I feel so liberated. I feel so liberated to not have to be tied down to my phone. And what I'm getting at here is that when I'm hanging out with people, whether it be on a date or with my friends, is I find myself rarely in my phone. And I really find myself connected in those conversations and really present and in the moment. And I don't think it's just me. I have a lot of friends, and a lot of my interactions are like that. But I see a lot of times when you go hang out with people, people are on their fucking phones. People are chatting on their phones, disconnected and checked out from the present moment that they're in. They're in another moment that has nothing to do with the moment that they're in. And that's where we must get back to. I'm not saying that your phones are bad. I'm not saying social media is bad, because I'm on it too. I'm just as addicted as everybody else with social media. What I'm saying is that you can really find how fruitful a relationship is by recognizing how often you're on your phone in that relationship or in that connection. When I'm around my really good friends, I'm never on my phone ever. Why? Because I feel so connected and in the moment, and I'm sharing this time, space, and these memories and these moments with these people that fuck my phone. Nothing in my phone that is important unless there's something business related that comes up that I must attend to. But other than business, family, and emergencies, I don't give a fuck about social media. I don't care about my notifications. I don't care about my Snapchats and letting anybody else across the country know really what I'm up to. Like when I'm really with my friends, it's funny because I look back on a lot of the memories that I've created with my friends, with some of my best friends, like some of my best friends, and we don't have any pictures. I don't have any pictures with them. I rarely have any videos with them. Why? Because typically what that means to me is in those moments, I was so in the moment that I didn't remember to take a photo, or I didn't have to snap a picture or a video. And it's wild because I feel like some of my best friends I never have any photos of. Like photos of us together. I maybe have some videos or some Snapchats here and there, but I feel like when I'm with the people who I really love and care about the most, my family and my friends, and I have these deep-rooted connections and this really, really raw, authentic connectivity with them, and this unconditional love space, is when I'm with these people, I'm not on my phone, I'm not disconnected, I'm not checked out, I'm checked in, and I'm here and I'm here and there. Like I'm here now, in the moment, and I'm checked in. And I feel that the more that we can start to become grounded and gravitate towards this pull, be towards this connectivity, because like to me, like when I leave a friend's house after, it's like I get there at 5 o'clock, and all of a sudden it's fucking midnight, and you're like, man, where did the time go? And have you ever had like this deep rooted conversation with somebody, and all of a sudden, like, wow, it's already 6 hours have gone by. What the heck just happened? Why? Because when you are in the moment, when you are in the now, the flow state, the here and the now, this flow state, this state of no resistance. There's nothing that's interfering. Time is effort. No thing as time. Time is boundless. Time is something that we have created to create boundaries on our lives, to create boundaries on our consciousness, to create boundaries on our days and what we're doing. Time is nothing. We created time, and time in the flow state, in the now, doesn't exist. That's why when you sit down with somebody or you're around somebody and you're so rooted in the now and in the present and you're in this flow state, that's why time is easy, it's effortless. But have you ever felt like you're checking your phone, you're checked out, or like you're stressed out, you're anxious, you're worried, you're in your head, you're not in the moment, you're all over the place, and life sucks, your job sucks, you don't want to be at work, you don't want to be at school, you don't want to be where you're at, you don't want to be doing what you're doing, and you have this resistance. Whenever you're in a resistance place, a state of being of resistance, guess what? How do you feel? Time goes by so slow. Time lags on. Time is just horrible. It's like you're pulling like a big chain behind you and you're dragging this chain and it's weighing you down and you're like, man, will my day ever go through? Will it ever be 4 or 5 o'clock? Will it ever reach this time? Holy shit, this last 10 minutes felt like an hour. That's the difference, is because when you are out of your body, you're not in the now, and you're not rooted and grounded, you're going to find yourself in this situation where time seems like it's forever because you're in a resistance state. Your whole consciousness and your whole vibrational state of being is in resistance to the now, to the here and now. And until you allow yourself to let go, root yourself here in the now, and allow the presence and the present of what is here now fill your soul, fill your body, and feel every cell and inch of who you are, and be rooted and grounded, then you're gonna find this resistance space. But once you are able to allow yourself to let go and be in the now, time is so effortless, and that's the connectivity that I was talking about at the beginning of this podcast, is that social theater happens because we have such a disconnect most of the time with each other. And not even just with each other, that disconnect typically is within ourselves. We have such a disconnect within ourselves, it's hard to connect with others. And it's time to reconnect with ourselves, reroute with ourselves, regain that relationship and that wholeness and that genuine nature and that groundedness, and gravitate back to our roots of who we are as people, and begin to spread this love, begin to resonate and be on this level and vibration of love that's going to only attract more love in our lives. Step out of this resistance space. Step into this space of flow, into ease, into effortless, into creation, into cultivating, into flow, into dance, into art, into entrepreneurship, into production, into all the things that are going to allow you to be and stay your best in the here, in the now, in a relaxed, intense body, and a relaxed body that has completely let go and is ready to produce and be your best self. That is today's Sunday message, More in the Know, episode 26. Man, I'm having such a fun time doing these. It's 7:30 in the morning on a Sunday, and I just got out of bed this morning, ready to rock and roll today. I'm going to get some things done, probably take a nap here in a few hours, maybe this afternoon, but got a lot of big things planned for my Sunday. I want to start my Sunday off with a beautiful light, love, and positive message for everyone that tunes into More in the Know podcast. For all of your supplement needs, be sure to head to fieldsupplements.com. You can find us on Instagram at Field Supplements. Stay in the know on Instagram at More in the Know. That's MORINTHEKNOW, or moreintheknow.org. I do offer 20-minute free coaching sessions to assist you on building a brand, marketing, increasing your outreach, as well as leveling up your consciousness, breaking through, letting go, addiction, and a series of other aspects that'll help you be your best self in 2020. If you seek to coach with me, I offer 20-minute free coaching calls. Please take advantage of that. Head to moreintheknow.org, sign up for a free coaching call, and I will I'll be glad to assist you. Appreciate everyone joining in and tuning in. Be sure to share, comment, and like this video. I love you guys. Happy Sunday.